3, 2, 1.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
You know, when you come into the week before a holiday, especially when it's going to be an outdoor holiday and you've got some serious outdoor plans, there's nothing that makes that holiday more exciting than seeing the first real tropical system of 2025 down in South Florida. That's really, really exciting. And they're like, at this point, we don't know. So that's what's coming up later in
That
the
means
week.
it's nothing. They
Happy,
just want
happy,
to
Mike.
say something.
Yeah, happy,
Maybe they'll
happy,
give it a
joy, joy.
patriotic name.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Well, it's going to be probably developing over the Gulf of America. So I think that's
Well,
significant.
and isn't A the name of the first hurricane?
Yeah, that's right. America.
Sort of tropical storm America?
Yes.
It would have to be M, America.
America.
Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. It's great to see you boys. Saw you briefly over the weekend, and that's, of course, our lead story today when we talk about
I wish
Rob
we
and
took a
Josh
screenshot.
Go to the park.
Yes.
A screenshot of me in bed.
Yes, if you in bed with your headphones in, whisper in.
Those are my new ones, too. Those are my Temu headphones.
How are they? They were pretty
All right.
fancy looking.
Okay, here's what I can't. I don't have the know-how to get the audio from my secret new headphones onto the show, so I have to.
I wouldn't
have
use
to,
them on the show because of the
Yeah.
Bluetooth action. There's a delay.
But with me, I can only tell you that she says three things. The voice in my headphones. She says, "Power on,
Oh, that way?
power
Sexy.
off, connected."
I've got a pair of those as well.
I love her.
Man,
She's fantastic.
I feel bad. My headphones only talk like Lou Rawls.
You'll never find as long as you live.
off.
Power
Yeah.
off. What a
I think we
voice.
need to bring those sounds in. So when Mike's video pops up, it's connected.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, kids, if you never had the opportunity to appreciate the great Lou Rawls, and this song's called Lady Love,
It is.
and I'll tell you something. Turn it up a little bit, Rob. What a great song this is. WDRC, where your friends are.
Lady love.
All right, there it is.
That's the way to
That's Lou
start a
Rawls.
week,
That's
man.
Now, they don't screw us if we just turn it off now, so we
Okay.
don't get in trouble.
Lou Rawls' attorneys are on the phone.
But I mean, back in the day, you know, being a DJ.
Oh, God, yeah.
and I forgot Lou Rawls had great songs.
Oh, just
for talk ups.
The production is so
Just
amazing. Yeah.
Fantastic. Anyhow, welcome. Happy Monday. Happy 4th of July week here at the Mike O'Mara Show. The big story was on his way back down to Florida
Yes.
from Christian camp. Josh Soroka had made arrangements to get together with his best pal, Rob. And, well, Rob says you're his best pal. Where do you stand on the relationship?
I told Rob that my time at King's Dominion was the highlight of the week. We
That
had a
made
great
me
time
feel.
together.
That made me
That's
feel 10
spectacular.
feet tall.
That's one. That's great. I mean, that's wonderful. And, you know, because, I mean, when I die, nothing would make me happier, as it was with the guy before Josh, to leave this fine establishment to you guys. If I'd love to see it continue.
Is there
I
a
mean that.
split? Is it like 60-40, or do we each get 50?
You'll have to take that up with Josh.
I think
if
that
it's
would-
based
Mike,
on
it
if
would
it's
make it
based on
so much-
labor. If
Oh.
it's based on labor, it would be about 80-20.
Well,
But
and
it would save a lot of effort on the part of the lawyers if you spelled it out in your will.
But you are essential, Rob, because of your, you know, this part right here. You're
Yes, but
essential.
without him, there probably is no this part. For me,
But really,
if you go,
you know,
I'm just wondering which one of us has to change our name to Mike O'Mara.
that's you. I'm not doing it.
So Josh decides that he's going to get together with Rob, and they're going to meet a few listeners at King's Dominion. And I leave it to you guys to tell me all about the fabulous fun of the place that Rob calls his second home.
Mike, I want you to know that I was part of what they call the rope drop gang. And for an 11 o'clock opening, I got to Doswell at 10:28.
What does that mean?
That means you're there
First
when
one
the
in.
park opens.
The
So I was
rope
there-
drop? Oh,
rope
the
drop.
rope drop gang.
Yeah. So I got there at 10:28.
Dorky thing that is.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is it just stinks of being cool.
Rob, I wasn't there early enough. Is
Right.
there a cheer when they open the gates
No.
by the rope? No.
How many people are at the park at that hour?
There are probably 10 lines at 11 o'clock that go in, and I would say there maybe 100, 120 people each.
In
But you
each
see-
line?
Yeah. You don't.
Wait a minute. There are 1,000 people waiting to get in?
I'd say that's about right.
Hold on. There are 1,000 people waiting to get into the park at before it opens.
Well, that's where the park does a fun thing where they open at 11, which seems way too late. So
It
you know
does.
people got there thinking it was already open.
Yeah. There is a
So
lot
like
of people
the parking
there.
lots are full, the
Filling up, yeah.
queues are there.
And it is a warm day. It wasn't oppressive, but it was warm.
Oh God! But I mean, to just
The secret
why
is, Mike,
why
to-
get there?
I
Why
don't-
get there?
No, Mike, he's setting it up as this big crowd at the rope drop. I've never seen the park this empty.
It's true. It was
No
such
way.
a light
I mean,
day.
but if that's a lot of
They-
people. If you're saying
Well,
10
1,000
lines
people-
of 10 lines of 100 people.
Let's
Yeah.
say it is 1,000 people, and I didn't overestimate. But if 1,000 people
What does
spread
that
around,
mean?
a
What
thousand,
does that mean?
1,000 people spread around that entire park is nothing. I mean, we had fast passes, so we could walk on to every ride essentially.
All right, you know
that we
this will
didn't
give me a
need.
this will give me a better idea. When they open,
Yeah.
when the rope drops, and it's not a rope, right? Is it?
No, that's just you know what that is? That's theme park parlance.
Um,
On its busy days, King's Dominion takes in 40,000 people.
40,000.
Wow, I didn't know it was that high.
Um,
That's crazy.
so the time you spend
Mm-hmm.
when they open, when you're the first rope dropper,
Yeah.
how long before you get in?
Well, I stay in my car and the air conditioning till about 10:50. So you get up there, it's a walk. You're probably waiting about 15 minutes to get in because once they start,
So like
they
before
really
you okay.
they scan you in and you go. And as long as you get through the metal detector without problems,
Yeah, that was
There's
a
no
problem
issue.
for me.
All right, so take it away. I'm sorry, just lots of questions right at the beginning because these are concepts and things that I will never do. So that's
someday
it.
you may, Mike.
No, I'm not going back to a
No,
theme
when you
park.
get, like,
I'm not
nine-
going to go back to. I may never go to another theme park again.
I think that when you turn like 98 or 99, like Dick Van Dyke,
When you don't
And
have a
Things
you
in
choice.
the news. Calm down. I read the same source
Rediscovering.
you do.
well, no, it
Jesus.
can
I'm
be
gonna
any
ban
old
you
man.
from that.
It could be any old man
All
that
right,
you're
all
going
right.
to try to rediscover your
Well,
youth.
we have a Dick Van Dyke story. That's what Rob's referring to. So it's no, I just don't see the vomiting escapade did me
I
in for
saw
that.
no vomit all day.
So
it was
it's
great.
why
I
I
did
get
not until I
excited about
left.
you two getting together because this is something that I'm glad because it takes care of it and it's wonderful. So you're you're
It takes
at
care
the
of
park. Take me through it. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I get in at about 11:02. I mean, I am there. They're just scanning us and beep, 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 beep. You can't even get in line until you get through the metal detector. So I aced that.
Do you have a
and
table where you put your stuff to, like they would at a sporting event?
They
Oh,
can.
I can tell you about the metal detector.
Okay.
Because
Oh, yeah,
I
Josh
had
doesn't
trouble
come
at the
into
metal
this yet.
detector.
Why did you? Because you're bringing in equipment to record.
But not big equipment.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
4 wireless little
It was
lavalier
wireless
mics.
mics and a little thing to hold the phone.
That's it.
And I had
It's
it in my
gimbal.
backpack. I go through security, and it sets off the metal detector, and they say, "Oh, you got to go in the stroller line." So I go back in the stroller line, which is really long. Then someone waves me down and says, "Hey, you just have a backpack. Come in this metal detector." I go in that metal detector. It goes off again. They say,
Yeah.
"Get back in the stroller line." So then I wait.
Why don't
for,
they just pat you down after your metal detector goes off?
Mike, I wait forever in this stroller line. And here's how they handle it when I get to the metal detector with the bag.
Yeah.
Hand me your bag. They wave it through. It sets it off. Then they say, "All right, walk through." I don't set it off without the bag. They say, "Take out whatever you think set off the metal detector." they're not even paying attention to me. I take stuff out, give them the bag back. They wave it through the metal detector and say, all right, you're good. They didn't care what I pulled out of that bag, as long as the thing didn't beep.
Here's your Glock back, Mr.
Exactly.
Soroka.
This
I
was
could have no problem.
a 35-minute escapade with him in security.
Were you aware of this? That this?
Yes,
was going
we've
on?
been texting because when I got there, of course, got my fast pass and my drink armband at the customer service, and then right to the Eiffel Tower, we're going to meet our
What
contact.
is your? I hate to keep stopping.
That's
you,
all
but
right. I loved entertaining the
Is
questions.
your drink armband so you can drink for free all day?
Well, no, it's not free. I
You
bought
paid
it.
for it.
Yeah,
So you
but
pay for it because so you can flew it up all day long.
every
It's a
15
ripoff.
minutes you can get a drink.
How much is it?
$65,000.
No.
Josh, why do you say it's a ripoff?
I don't
Because
think it
every
is.
time he went, it was a cup about this big, and then it would take him 30 minutes to find another thing to refill it
They
at.
are not very easy to find the refill places.
Of course
do
they're
not.
not.
But-
why would they do it that way? Because they get the rubes like you that
But
are
I
gonna.
still probably had 10, 12, 13 sodas during the day. So I think I got my money's
Sugary
worth.
sodas?
Some Powerade. They have the blue Powerade, which is
That's
delicious.
sugary too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not as sugary.
Well, that's the one when he would say, I'm just getting water. Don't scan my ban. And then he
Yeah,
goes
that
and presses the Powerade button.
Because it shares with the water.
Did
So
he grift his friends that give him?
it
free
was an
tickets to
accident.
the park?
No.
It was an accident.
It was not an accident.
It was, I swear to you, it was an accident. All I wanted
Really?
was ice water. And I hit the wrong button and blue Powerade came out.
And
So how,
no,
Josh?
they-
how
they
much
make
is
too
it for a
difficult
drink
to
pass?
use. I think it's like $20.
Okay,
25, I think. I would have
Yeah,
to
it's not bad. It's just they don't want you to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And they sell it, and then they try to. There were so many refresh stations that were shut down,
really?
so you couldn't use it. Yeah.
Well, I think that
my
it was the
God.
situation they don't open the mall when the park is not at its 40,000 person capacity.
They don't open the mall.
No, they don't open all of them.
Oh, they
I
don't
should say.
open them all. Oh,
But they
all.
open the mall, sure.
well, it sounded like you said the mall.
I know.
Uh,
So, I'm waiting under the Eiffel Tower
yeah.
at 11:15.
You notice how he doesn't want to trash his beloved place at all, so he moves on as fast as. But I'm curious about the drink stations here.
And
You know,
Mike,
if they
the
were
drink-
all open, how many would there be in the park? Hundreds?
Not hundreds. I would say there'd be 2 or 3 in every region of the park. Plus, any restaurant that serves Coke products will honor your armband.
they
Always
they
in the
could
same
do-
size.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, it's like a 16-ounce cup. It's fine.
Mike-
For every 15 minutes, that means
They-
you could drink a gallon in 2 hours.
I think that's not bad, Josh.
It's
really?
it's not. No, it's not bad. It was just the fact that it would take them 30 minutes to find one every time. That's
That's
it's
true.
not a bad deal.
I just
King's
the
Dominion
reason
just-
I'm
that's
not
the
stopping
issue.
to bust chops. I'm stopping because I am fascinated. Because this to me is it validates the things that I just would be. You know, my head would explode. I just
This
don't
is
have
my
the temperament
first
for it.
visit this year, and I was shocked at some of the things that had gone. For example, we had a hard time finding Dippin' Dots. They
Yeah, I
moved
still
the
owe my
Dippin'
daughter
Dots
some
stand.
Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, and
That's like one of my kids' favorite things.
Yeah.
Dippin' Dots.
so you
Well-
can find one. It turns out you can find one over near the King's Dominion Theater. That's a good place to get Dippin'
We're
Dots.
gonna need to take a blood sample, Mr. Spiewak. Look what came out: syrup.
Yes, they had to squeeze my arm to get the blood out. It was like the
Like
last drop
like
of
popping
ketchup.
a zit.
Yeah. So it
all right,
is
so
now.
go ahead. Yeah.
It's now 11:15, and Kyle. Let me get his last name right. I wrote it down. Kyle Kruthofer is our
No.
Yes.
That's really his name. Krudhofer?
no Kruthofer.
Oh, it
or it could
sounded
be
like you said crud.
Kruthofer, but I think it's Kruthofer.
Krudhofer.
And he was right on time at 11:15, and then I'm there and I'm making the smallest of small talk. And he says, "Hey, where's the rest of your crew?" And I said, "Well, he's in security, and he'll be here any minute." And it got to a point like after 15 minutes, Josh texts me, "Can Kyle help get me through security?"
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
You also like to do things collaboratively because you just don't want to handle it all on your own. Were you pretty charged up to get Josh's ass over to where you were so you could just dissipate it a little bit so you weren't the guy that had
well,
to,
I mean, it was-
or was because it's your place. Were you okay with? I don't know what
I
your
was
mindset is.
okay. It definitely got more pleasant when it wasn't one-on-one because I'd only met this guy via text and one brief phone call. But as we're making small talk, this is wild. I asked if during his time with the company, if he had ever met Mark Riddell. And do you know that Mark Riddell?
Oh, Kyle was an employee.
Yeah. He's our
I thought it was
escort.
one of our listeners.
No. Kyle is our escort.
Okay.
He's our liaison.
And
You
so
had sex with him?
no.
Okay, I'm
No,
sorry.
not
You
until
said
Josh
escort.
left. Yes.
Only one kind of escort I know.
So I ask about Mark Riddell, and he pauses. He says, Mark hired me. And I paused. I said,
That's sweet.
are you the guy he brought on to do the digital media like 3-4 years ago? He says, that's me. I had talked to Mark about this guy than they were bringing in for social media. So it's weird that like 4 years ago, I kind of knew who this guy was.
Oh, that's nice. 'Cause
and he
Would
could
you
not
like
have
to-
been cooler. Yeah.
Would you like to see what Kyle looks like?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
It's also perhaps your favorite coaster too?
Oh, the Grizzly is one of the best rides out there. I would even say one of the best night rides.
He's he doesn't get to ride all the rides because he's not tall enough, but he no, I think it's just that he's around two pretty tall people. But Kyle was great. He
I
attended to
forgot
all
you
of
and
it.
Josh are so tall
Yeah.
that it dwarfs him with that. Seems like a really nice gentleman.
Oh, he was great.
Good.
What he did is he walked us he was like at every destination right before we got there to make sure everything went well. He
Okay.
got us VIP tickets for the laser show. I
What
mean,
was
he was
the
really-
high temperature of the day there?
it got up to about 92, I think.
Yeah, it was in
But-
the 90s.
Yeah, it wasn't crippling. I've been there when it's worse. It was
Yep.
it was a water ride day, to make it clear. But
It's a water ride day at King's Dominion.
at
Well, and that helped us out
11:30,
because the water park apparently was packed, but
Yeah.
we had no interest in that.
at 11:30, Josh says, still in security. And the attendant says, well, if we're going to do your food tour, should I tell food services to hold the food until 11:45? And I said, that would be good. And he said, let's meet where we're going to meet up. And so we went down to, it used to be the Mexican restaurant, but now it's the funnel cake place. First on the left as you come in the park. And Josh comes in and he looks delighted.
How pissed were you at this point?
Well,
I mean, you're
I was-
looking for. You guys were there. I know because you. Well, we'll talk about that later. I know you guys were there a long time. God, very long
Well-
time. So you were looking forward to it as well.
yeah, no, we were looking forward to
But
it.
but
And
you don't
it's
like
the end
this,
of the trip.
hassle. Yeah.
Well, I'm standing out in the heat, in the sun, with all these strollers for 45 minutes. And it's
By
all
the
these
way, and can I
whining
just
kids
say-
because of the strollers.
and by that's the line you want to make the most inconvenient
Yes.
for mothers with strollers.
And
Exactly.
You know.
and then I get up to the metal detector and I see what a joke it is as far as security,
Right.
and that they made me go through this 3 times. Yeah, I'm irritated, and
Maybe
the
it's-
kids want to
maybe
ride
it's
rides, and
the
I know
vibe you throw off. I mean, maybe you
Maybe.
look like kind of like a creep.
maybe. And in my head, I'm thinking the kids are going to want to head to rides. I know that at this point, I have to do the food thing and meet listeners. The kids are going to have to wait. It turns out the kids were excellent and didn't mind waiting at all.
They were amazing.
So they were great.
So the minute, literally, Josh walks from the front gate into this little restaurant area, the funnel cake place, we sit down, and before you can say boo, they've handed us a huge cone of blue ice cream and a turkey leg to enjoy. And I got to tell you, that blue ice cream is something. Don't we have a video?
Yeah, exactly. So this is a Kings Island original, and we're an educational podcast, and it's blueberry ice cream, True Blue. Let's have at it.
Looks more green.
Change
It's
your
probably your
monitor.
monitor.
That
It's
is
pretty blue.
great. Oh my God, that's great.
It's good. Ice cream is
What flavor?
not easy to eat on
Blueberry.
camera.
Well,
Has it got a
Blueberry.
good blueberry flavor?
It's fantastic.
It's excellent.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
it's-
overpowering.
It is what that actually is a trademark dessert from
It's the
Kings
first
Island
one of the
that they
week.
brought in.
I love that I still take note. Overpowering. By the way, when you drop the consonants where almost everybody uses them, that's a special moment. So my monitor is off. So it's as blue can be then?
It is.
It says, Mike, if you look, it is as blue
What's
as
good is
my
that-
hat here too. It's like a
Josh
match.
was late.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's not.
And,
Man, I mean, that looks that would make me happy. I love ice creams.
it was great. And the turkey leg was just sensational. It was so good. Josh had never had one, and he enjoyed it.
You mean at Thanksgiving you've never had
No,
a
like a
turkey leg?
smoked turkey leg. you know.
It's smoked
If
turkey.
you eat it,
There you can see it on the
then you
table.
can eat.
So you're having dessert first, or
wouldn't
you're
say
eating them both?
Yeah,
at the
because
same
the
time?
turkey leg won't melt.
Come try it. You can bite the other side.
So
So yeah, so then we have to go meet the listeners.
Rob,
so we
your
have to,
neck hole for your T-shirt looks like you could put a redwood stump through it. I mean that.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's
It
like
got
you're-
worse later in the
It gets
day.
halfway down your shoulder.
It got worse that day because of the water rides. It got heavier and it stretched.
Welcome to hell.
So we get under the tower, not exactly at noon because I wanted just a couple more bites. But we get there, and amazingly and delightfully, we are greeted by listeners, and I'd like to thank them. Norman and Stephanie Rowe and their two kids. Norman is great. He's spotted me at KD before. Jeff Hancock and his son. They a family of 5 found
You gonna
us
read all
out
the
in the
names?
park. Well, just a couple more.
Yeah, okay.
Marie
We
King
didn't get their
Tomlin
names.
and Greg Roeder. They all were there, and they were all delightful and excited to hang out. And I did put myself in a situation where I don't like is when you're talking to someone and the conversation sort of is drawing to a close, and you say, if they haven't asked, would you like to get a picture? And they usually say yes, because it'd be fun to have a picture. But then in the back of my mind, I'm always worrying of them saying, no, I'm okay.
So they said?
No, everyone was kind, but know that the fear was there. that they would just
so
turn
they
me
didn't
down.
say no.
No. They were.
I
all
didn't know that you offered the picture. I
Yeah,
thought
I
that
do.
people asked you because I always got caught over. for the picture.
Let me explain, Josh. I think I understand. Rob's not offering it out of any other reason, but he has nothing else to say.
Pretty much.
That's what it really
Yeah.
is. I probably
Yeah,
have
that
done
makes
that
sense.
myself, and that's when the conversation. And that's usually when it's a smaller group. That's usually what it is.
Yeah.
It's a
One-on-one
smaller
even,
group,
yeah.
'cause we're
And it's
just
a good way to end.
desperately
but that-
awkward with people.
but-
That's what people.
But
don't
that
understand.
wasn't how we closed this.
Oh, really?
We closed this with "Who Wants to Ride the Grizzly"
Ah,
as they follow us over to the roller coaster.
It was a marvelous parade, and I think Josh was I think he was pleased with the direct route I got us there because I know the park so well. And we went right down the covered lane to the.
That
Did your
was
wife
helpful all
make
day.
it? Did your wife make it, Rob?
That's a funny story, Mike.
Well, you had said big news.
I know. She
Buzz.
agreed on
You
Friday.
had said big news that Carrie is
and
coming.
even before that, I gave you an 80% chance of her being there. Remember?
So yeah, before that you say 80%, and then you made the announcement that
Because
she
she
was going to
said,
be there.
let's go. It's going to be great. All I got to do is feed a cat that morning and we're off.
But Saturday's a long way from Friday.
Yeah, it is. And then Friday night is when she
That's
said,
his sense of humor that I like too. There you go.
Friday
Saturday
night-
is a long way from Friday.
she said, I don't think I want to go. I think it's going to be hot. I said, do you? Do you think it's going to be hot as we encroach on July? And she said, no, I don't think I'm going to go. And I said, well, that's great. Thanks for your support.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 10,
Right.
10 being she no shows for something other than the park.
Right.
Where were you on the no show anger?
Me, I was pissed. I was at 10 because that means I had to drive down by myself, not a fun thing to do, had to spend the time in the park once Josh's family left.
And
by
Robert
myself.
was indisposed.
Robert had to stay home because there was a big wrestling thing that night. So he said. I said, you're going to watch it on your phone anyway. You can watch it on the phone on your car, in the car. No, Dad, I'm staying home. And that's when I realized I have neither enough friends nor relatives that care about me that I could give away a ticket to an amusement park.
That's too
I called people. I said, listen, I've got parking. I'll drive. Park admission. We've got the food that's going to be brought to us. I have fast lane passes and an extra drink band. Come on. And they're like,
Oh, you're the lonely guy.
I don't know.
Until you get to the park and your buddy's
Yeah,
there.
and then the world is my friend. But Mike, sometimes I'm loneliest in a crowd of people.
You know, Rob, on the drive home,
Yes.
I was told that I don't have any friends. That I get that Rob doesn't count because he's a work friend.
Now,
what my
If it
is
kids
had
your
been
told me.
wife?
for
Is
work
this your
friends-
wife telling you this?
No, this is the 11-year-old.
The 11-year-old. So
Yes.
did you bring your wife with you to the park?
I did, and she
Yeah.
would have loved it if Carrie was there.
Yeah, that was the
Right.
first thing. You know what? To a person, everyone asked, "Hey, where's Carrie?" And I said, "She's not here because she doesn't care."
Okay. All
And
right.
they
See,
said,
maybe-
"Care?" I said, "Care about you, care about me, care about anything. She's not here."
Maybe I should have just messaged Carrie privately and said, Kelly's really looking forward to seeing you at the park.
I
and kind of
told her
doubled
this.
down some stress.
I told her that. And that's right in the sweet spot of when she's going. And then nothing. So that sucked. And also, still, as much as I love the theme park experience, isn't it a little creepy when a grown-up man shows up by himself at a theme park?
Yeah.
It's just a little weird.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
probably not all that noticeable with lines and stuff like that.
Maybe
you
not,
know?
maybe
It's
not.
Not like a movie.
No,
More
you would normally
noticeable in a
look
movie.
just like the dad that's waiting.
Yeah.
I did, while I was waiting in line, the couple of people were getting their picture taken, and I said, "Would you like me to take the picture so you all can be in it?" And they said yes, and they were really cool, very nice, and I took a couple pictures, and they said, "Have fun today." I said, I was here the year the place opened, and they said, "You can't be that old." And I said, "I am." Thank
What
you,
year
my
did it
dear.
open?
1975, Mike. It's the 50th anniversary.
Wow.
Of
You
King's
became that
Dominion.
old guy that just talks to strangers.
That's me. Well, I had been in a car, as your kids say, I talk a lot, and there was no one to talk to in the car, so I was ready to socialize.
It's tough to read between the lines with you. You seem sad in a way.
I
about
was saddened by it.
Okay. All right.
And not just with Carrie, with my immediate circle of acquaintances that no one would come with me. And that's when you start to think, is it me?
It might be King's Dominion.
Could be King's Dominion, could be
Might
me.
be 92 degrees.
Could be the heat. But, Mike, the one consistent thing throughout is me. And nobody came with me.
But Rob,
But your
I had
buddy
this-
was there.
I had
Yeah.
the same issue on Friday where I suddenly had extra tickets to the Oriole game. And I texted everyone I know, and I went to the game by myself.
Yeah, but that's a baseball game.
I'm
this is
proud
King's
of you
Dominion.
two. You two are doers. You two are
In what
doers.
way? I used to drink
You're
doers.
getting out there. Josh is going to the game with his team that sucks, just like my team sucks.
Hey,
I don't
not
even.
that night.
Yeah, what was the score?
22-8.
Orioles.
You know
win.
what? That if we can just take a little right turn, a baseball right turn here.
Please, I wish you
What
would.
do the Red Sox win? 14 to. This is what suck teams do. All right, suck teams get just tons of runs that are unnecessary.
Oh, and then shut
because
out
the
the next
pressure
day.
because the pressure's off, and that's because they suck. I'm sorry, my baseball team sucks.
They're going to turn it
ass.
around in the All-Star break.
I don't know. I think it's
You know what
just
you should do? You should
But,
take,
don't you agree, Josh? That's like, every fan of these teams says the same thing. Well, I wish they could save a few for some other games when they lose by 1 run or 2 runs.
As soon as it was 22, I texted my dad and said, we'll be shut out tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Lose,
Mike, you
lose,
should
lose.
invite all of your Red Sox players to sort of reorganize and reset their brain with a day at an amusement park.
Fun. So you got there, went on the rides.
The Grizzly was fantastic. As I said, the park was or as Josh said, the park was very lightly attended. So I was in the front seat.
Because
of the
nobody wants
Grizzly.
to be out in that blazing heat.
I wasn't
Well,
uncomfortable.
they were all over the water park, I believe, is what
Yeah.
what other people have told us.
All right, let me ask about this because I'm just giving you the ABCs of me here as
Mm-hmm.
far as even when my theme park days were happening, and I've been
When
to the
you were
park,
in your 30s?
yeah, like 30 years ago. Even when I would have gone to a place like that,
Yeah.
I had one moment at Wild World / Six Flags,
Yeah.
where I
Largo,
was
Maryland.
in line in Largo, Maryland.
You skipped the
Doswell,
Adventure
Virginia,
World time
Largo, Maryland.
Don't you
all
think
the
it would
best
be better
places.
if they called it Largo and
Well-
everyone was big?
Josh, the thing that that took me off water parks for good
I know.
was only one incident: being in line to go on a water slide and going up a series of stairs. You know, staring.
Just
and when
staring
you're,
at the
when you're
back.
in a line on stairs, you're basically looking at another person's ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you shouldn't
as you're
line up
going
on
there.
stairs.
And
Bad.
I
Did
look.
you
and
have a
there's this-
tube in hand?
No, they gave you the thing up at the top, whatever the hell it was.
Okay,
and
good.
there was a guy in front of me, hairy back, and I look halfway down his back, and there's a tick. And it was over. It was over. I went on that slide, and I never went back in the water.
You don't know this, Mike, but Six Flags then, one of the flags is for Lyme disease.
I don't believe.
Yes.
I don't believe. I get grossed out in my own pool in Florida.
Right.
Because the water doesn't feel like the
told you
water
not
you
to
would
put
get
a
in a
mirror up
shower,
there,
right?
yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean? How
it's
pools
different, yeah.
have that kind of slickness and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm and I'm talking about a pool that doesn't get used.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when it does use, it's used by me and my kid and his friends. That's it. But the idea, this is what I don't believe. I don't believe that chlorine or whatever other chemical they lie about is capable of really killing all the Griblies. I don't believe
kills
that
a lot
for
of them, I
second.
think.
Kills a lot of them. I'm sure it kills some things. I don't think it can kill the poop residue
I
from
think
40,000 asses.
I
in a
think that
water
the
park.
chlorine is almost to do with the appearance of the water. Because if sometimes the water will turn green without.
But if you took that water and put it on a slide and put it under a microscope,
no, I wouldn't do that.
probably have all sorts of squiggly.
I wouldn't do that
Rob-
in Largo, and I wouldn't do that in Estero. I wouldn't do it in Doswell. I don't trust it. That's why you
By
don't
the way,
drink
we got a
the
new
water.
one here. Got
Yeah.
a new one here.
A new one what?
Where a new water park.
Oh, good.
Where is it?
Where?
Sorry, this is for the local folks, Daddy. It's in North Fort Myers. I guess they just short of Lehigh. There you go.
Is
Rob,
North
do
Fort
you-
Myers like North Bethesda, a
North
created
Fort
community?
Myers is Manassas.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a water park in Manassas,
Right.
but they do have a racetrack.
Yeah, they're not going to throw one down in Naples. Not a chance.
Rob, do you
Well, they
have
do
your
a great
TMOS
boat
hat handy?
It's still in the car.
Oh, okay. Mine
and the
is
car
as
is
well.
with Carrie. Yeah.
Mike, we noticed after one of the water rides that Owen really enjoyed, so I think we rode it 3 times.
We did ride the Whitewater
We-
Canyon 3 times.
Yes.
See,
And
those are fun.
Yeah.
yeah, and we enjoyed it too. But we did
Yeah.
notice that suddenly there were some brown spots on our hats
On our hats. Yeah.
from the dirty water.
No.
So,
Yeah,
you
yes.
know, next time, leave your hat in the little
Would
bin.
they still be on your hat?
Yeah, but my hat's at
I'm
school
probably
because
so.
Carrie took the car. Yeah, I
Oh,
can show
wow.
it tomorrow. Yeah.
That's nastiness.
But-
that is so.
Right, and he
I
had a
think
white
that-
hat. I had a light blue, so they really stood out.
Tomorrow, can you bring your hat in?
Absolutely. It should be dry by then. Mike, have you ever had a hat that you can wring the water out of?
Well, that's because you're going on a water slide.
And, well, no, it was the
And
Whitewater
here's
Canyon
the thing about this:
with the water cannon.
people are dressed like it's not right.
How?
Because you're wearing what? Cargo shorts, probably.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
and a T-shirt.
This
And a T-shirt.
was
and
not
hard
a,
shoes.
It's
right,
like
because
you're
this was
not
not
wearing.
considered a water ride,
Okay.
Yeah.
though you get soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're wearing regular clothes.
That's part of the
gross,
magic,
too.
though, because
That's
the
not
evaporation.
magic.
No, it is
That
magic.
is dry. That is
Because-
soggy cotton up your crack.
No,
That's
the
what that is.
evaporation of the water is a wonderful cooling effect.
You know, I've got
And-
one more video here
Oh, great.
of us
Oh,
on
this
a
is the
water
log
ride.
flume.
This is the log flume. Are you going to come
Yeah.
down it pretty soon? Oh, there you are.
Look at
Wow,
us.
that was fantastic.
like
That
a
was
flip
a
book.
special clip
I've-
right there. Put
I've
that
had
in
no
the
chance to
archives.
preview these clips.
Can we take a look at that again? Look at this. Look at this photojournalism right here.
Yeah,
Let's
I
take
guess-
a look at this.
I guess
this
the
is
video
like
missed it.
what? Did I see Bigfoot?
Right, we got
Did
the
I see?
splash.
There
of
they
it.
come, and they're coming. There's Rob. You can't miss
Yay.
Spiewak. I say,
No.
oh, you're both so tall. Josh is taller than you are. I forgot Josh is taller than you are.
And that's one of the funny things is
Oh God.
Owen, Josh's kid that came along, is he sat behind Josh on the log flume, so he was like totally covered. He got
Yeah.
no water on him because he
Wow.
had Josh in front of him.
Wow.
So
All
we
right.
continued to ride the rides, and
Yes.
it was great. And I guess Josh, your family left at like, was it 4-ish?
No, it was 6:30.
6:30 because
Oh,
you guys,
my God,
you guys
really?
called me at 4:40.
Yes. I said
'Cause
we were
I
going to
s-
leave at 3 o'clock.
I remember
We
that.
left at. We walked out of the park at 6:15.
Now, when did you guys stay together the whole time?
Yeah, yeah.
We did. We had a great time.
Okay,
Thick as
so you had a
thieves.
good time. That's
But
good.
I stayed an additional hour after Josh left.
Oh, see, you told me you were going to stay till close.
Decided not to stay till close because I started to feel very creepy when I was at one of the patio tables with one of my 4-ounce Coca-Colas just sitting there. And I said, you know what?
By
I'd already
yourself?
written, yeah.
Had
I
all the
rode-
listeners left?
We ran into them a couple times in the park, but I didn't see them after the afternoon.
All right,
no.
we'll take a break here.
Okay.
Well, not a break. We're going to continue.
Yeah.
But at the same, I want to hear because there was another incident, and Josh, this is related to the park. Is that correct?
Well, it's kind of brings the whole weekend together.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a capper.
we will,
A capper.
We'll do that when we come up.
So we're going to postpone news?
Yeah, we'll do news
One break,
afterwards.
okay.
But first, I want to tell you. Listen, do you have any delightful memories? Well, look at these two guys.
Look at us.
They do, don't they?
You
I
betcha.
mean, delightful. Ooh, that's a bingo. Do you want to relive those good old days, but they are trapped on VHS tapes like the one we looked at on the log flume or film reels? Then you just aren't sure where to start. Most of Rob's memories are saved on a dictaphone, which is stupid.
I'm stupid. I shouldn't have ever done that.
Luckily, we have the perfect solution. It's called Legacy Box. Legacy Box is the simple and safe solution for digitizing all your family's precious memories. Plus, when you go to legacybox.com/TMOS, you can enjoy 50% off when you get started with Legacy Box today. Legacy Box started in a college dorm room over a decade ago. Since then, it's grown into the largest and most trusted digitizing company in the world. Right now, when you purchase a Legacy Box, you get 90 days free access to Legacy Box Cloud, which is the easiest way to stream, share, and download your memories. It's like Netflix, but for your home movies. You can, yes, there's the thumb. You can stream your vids or pics anywhere, download, organize, and save them as well. And store them securely. The Legacy Box Cloud brings you peace of mind, and now you can't even lose your photos if you tried, you clumsy oaf. Live in the now. Legacy Box. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS to save 50% for a limited time only. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS. That's legacybox.com/TMOS. And remember, look both ways no matter what you are doing. We are talking to Josh and Rob about their fabulous trip to the theme park, the greatest
Yes.
place in the world as far as Rob Spiewak is concerned. Yes, it's known as KD, King's Dominion. And Josh, all I saw was I forgot how you phrased it on your text messages.
But you know
it
what?
was
We
something
really
with,
Let's back up.
We need to go back to the laser show.
Yeah, that's where you called me from.
Exactly. And I was tempted to FaceTime you when the listeners were all together under the tower and make you talk to the listeners.
Yes.
But I said, that's not okay. But when we were offered VIP seats to the laser show, it would have.
I wouldn't have been able to do it, though, because I was in the middle of a round of golf.
Well,
so you
we
wouldn't have
had a
answered.
conversation about if you would answer.
That's right.
So we were pleased you answered.
Yeah, we were showed to our seats, which were great, but there was 10
This
minutes
is the
to kill.
laser show?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't laser tag.
No, it's a laser show for the 50th anniversary of the park. And so we're sitting there waiting for it to start. And I said to Josh, don't you think it would be great to FaceTime Mike right now? Because we were seated in the King's Dominion Theater, dripping wet from Whitewater Canyon, which we
Now,
had just gotten
when you
off.
say that, and the chuckle tells me this, that
Yes.
you know, right, that this is, you're just thinking, not that this is a good time, but this is, wouldn't this be fun for us because we're bored?
Well,
Would that
a
be
little
how
bit.
how accurate? Well, that makes me happy that you're
Yeah.
doing it to amuse yourself because you know
We had
it will
time to
slightly
kill.
annoy
Well,
me, but it didn't.
No, it was
didn't.
it was
And-
great.
It's a little bet of will Mike answer the phone.
I am not that disinterested. We've talked about it. I love these King's Dominion stories, but this
But it's a Saturday
particular day-
afternoon.
Yeah.
It's Saturday afternoon. I've gotten up at probably 5:30 in the morning to to get out and hit the egg. Carla works on a lot of Saturdays. This was no exception. She had an 8 a.m. Client, and so she was estheticianing on Saturday morning. So by this time in the afternoon, I get home, Carla gets home, Michael is with his buddy doing God knows what. They're probably out fishing illegally. And Carla says, come on in, lie down. You don't have to sleep, but I want to take a nap. So I'm lying down surfing the net with my headphones on, and Carla's
Do you
sleeping.
often lay next to her when she sleeps? Is it like
Lots
a
of
security
times.
thing?
Yeah,
Like a guard dog.
She likes it.
Yeah.
Kind of like she likes to have her guard dog.
Carrie
next to her
locks the
when
door.
she's really, she wants to be alone.
I suppose.
Yes.
Or just not with me. As
Well,
you know, no one
I think
wants
she's
to
proven
be.
that unequivocally.
Yeah, I believe
but,
you're right.
So yes, you guys called me at that particular time.
And you were pleasant and whispering, and we're in a theater full of people yelling.
Right. Well, now, did you have a lot of listeners with you when you were there?
No, by that
No.
time, everyone had splinters.
Okay. All right. Very good.
And I didn't kick anyone out. I wanted them to stick around, but they had things to do, you know.
Were they like leaving the park? They just wanted to sort
No,
of
I
see
think
you
they
guys?
were there for the day, but
Yeah,
they, you know, they're
everyone
spread
followed
out.
us to the Grizzly.
Okay,
And then after the
everybody
Grizzly,
kind
they
of went
kinda
their
spread
own way.
out.
That's probably comfortable,
We spent
right?
most of our time in Candy Apple Grove in Old Virginia.
Candy Apple Grove. Yay. All right. So that was very nice of you to call. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, well, we appreciated you answering with your fancy headphones.
Those are my new Temu headphones.
It is
That
my
are
favorite.
not Apple headphones. Make no mistake about it. They are not Apple. They are
Hey, Apple.
flimsy. But I love them, and I wear them every day now. I wear them every day as opposed to my other ones. My expensive ones are not worn. My $40 ones are worn every day. Power on, power off.
But I just know that my favorite Mike O'Mara is a horizontal Mike O'Mara.
Yeah.
And that's what we got.
You didn't take a picture of it,
No.
did you? Or-
No, we
No.
thought about it, but we did not.
No,
All right.
no effort to sit up.
Yeah. No. No, there was no. I wasn't going to make any effort.
I
to
mean,
sit up.
if
I
it
wanted-
was any
I wanted
more-
the conversation to end as quickly
Yeah.
as possible because I got a sleeping woman next.
Mike, if it looked any more like you were in an iron lung, there would have been a 45-degree mirror above
I was
you.
flat out.
You
and
were
by the
flat
way,
out.
the sleep number, one of our former clients,
Yes.
I have the pedestal adjustable up and down.
Right.
But
We
it's
didn't
not,
merit it?
It's not a split, and the
Right, you
Queen
have
of
to raise
Sheba,
her.
the Queen of Sheba, does not like to raise the bed. So
Yes.
that is the most underused adjustable bed that you will ever have. We never raise the bed.
Yeah,
we
Carrie
never
doesn't.
raise it up.
Carrie doesn't raise the legs of the bed either, ever. And we don't even
legs.
have a sleep number.
Okay, I get it. So
we
you
wind
tell me
things
when
up-
the ER part comes. 'Cause
We
that's what I'm
wind things
curious
up
about.
a short 3 hours after Josh wanted to leave in the first place. We did a lot of, and you know what?
So when did you want to
But-
leave, Josh?
Oh, I said 3 o'clock. I said 3 o'clock. I still have to drive 9 hours.
Yeah.
So I
it's a-
said
it's
3
a tough
o'clock.
day.
That gets me home probably 12:30, 1 a.m.
And think the
I'm good
day
with that.
before he was at a night
Now-
game at Camden Yards. So I mean, he's
Man,
packed
he's
all the
boundless.
Now we
stuff.
have to
He doesn't
back
look
up.
like it, but he's got boundless energy.
He does.
Now we have to
Yeah.
back up to my Friday.
Oh, please.
Because
Okay.
Friday, I left Victory Jam, and we're driving, and I have to pull over at for Kelly
Is it
to
like
do
a
a work.
Confederate celebration or something?
No,
What
no,
is
Mike,
that?
it's delicious with
camp.
peanut butter. And thank you for sending me
Oh.
the jar of Victory Jam, Josh. I love it.
Victory Jam. All right, so you
So-
leave your
so-
camp.
Yeah, so I pull over for Kelly to do a work meeting at lunch because she works in the car, but she needed just a stable location for
Okay.
a little a webcam thing. And we pull over at this McDonald's, and Owen gets severely sick, and he's complaining about his side hurting, he's vomiting, and this is going on and on. There is a Patients First, like across the street. So I walk
That's
him over
lucky.
to Patient First. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spend time in Patient First. This is when I text Rob and say, I don't know if I can make it tomorrow.
Wow.
And that felt great because that would have been another cancellation of
Yeah.
someone who didn't want to go to the park with me.
wow.
I said, Rob, I'll let you know later. And I don't think I let Rob know until the morning of.
Well,
You're going
I
to go on
did.
that fabulous Kings Dominion ride known as the rotovirus.
Right. So, no.
But
so
you know what? I told you, I said, I can do it solo if you need to, if I
Right.
need to, but, I'd love to see you, but take care of Owen. So.
Yeah. So we deal with that, spend a few hours there. They tell us to go over to this other place to get a sonogram because Owen has a history of kidney stones. And he's only 11,
for a
but he's
he's
had
11.
kidney stones already
guy.
3 times.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
And we'll get back to the illness here. Rob,
Yeah.
I know you're a very cooperative person and you're very easygoing, so I know you'd never bitch about
Right.
Josh no showing. Did it ever enter your mind that maybe the whole kid sick thing might have been a ruse for Josh to get out of going to the park?
I did not ever have that thought because everything leading up to this, Josh shared my enthusiasm. And he proved it. He had a
Okay.
great time. So
Okay.
I didn't think it
All
was
right.
a fake.
Good.
But I
Okay.
also know he's had a very special week before.
Yeah.
And
All right,
he
back
didn't
to
need
the-
any grief.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to double check that.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
So,
All right,
we
yeah,
spent
you're
a
at
couple
the
hours
ER.
there. We spent a couple hours at Patients First. They say, hey, maybe go to the hospital or whatever. We're pretty sure it's kidney stones because he's had it
poor
before.
Kid, God.
But nothing
dang.
comes up on the X-ray at Patient First.
Oh boy.
So
I mean, I can't imagine being an 11-year-old and
Yeah.
having those because I've had them as an adult, and I haven't had many things that absolutely flattened me where I couldn't function. Kidney stones, one of them.
Right.
Horrible.
Yeah.
So we leave there. We give him some Advil, and they give him some medicine to stop the vomiting. And he falls
Vomited.
asleep in the. He falls asleep in the car. We go to my sister's house. He sleeps there for a few hours. That's then why I go to the Oriole game by myself. The plan was the
Okay.
family.
Mhm.
I went by myself. Worked out better to go by myself because it was one of those rainy, misty nights the whole night.
Okay.
So the family would have hated it.
yeah.
But then I come home that evening. He seems fine. Next morning he's fine. He's excited to go to the theme park. So we go. We have a great time. And he was not complaining about any pain. He seems like he's perfectly fine all day.
He
Whole
was
day
ready
at
to
the
go.
park.
He was ready
Yep.
to go when he got there, and fun on ride. I got to take him on a ride by myself, just me
That's
and
great.
him on the
We-
old Rebel Yell. It was great. He's a good kid. I loved it.
Yeah, he enjoyed the roller coasters, everything. We get in the bumper cars, and he's fine. As soon as we get out of the bumper cars, he's complaining that his side's hurting. But at this point, we don't know if it's just the long day, the heat, what's going on.
Or maybe he took a bad hit on the Dodge 'em. That's what they call the bumper cars, Mike.
Yeah. So
The Dodge 'em.
Welcome to the Dodge 'em.
What time is this that you get off the bumper cars?
Well, based on
5:30?
I've
so
got to say
pretty
it's
close to the time
five,
you're going
yeah.
to depart.
Well, we
Okay.
decide, okay, well, that the bumper cars was going to be the last ride.
Okay.
It was,
And
hey,
it was
it'd be-
also the hottest part of the day, too. It had been
It
gearing
was.
up to 4 or 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
well,
It was
that's
hot.
normal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we said, let's hop on the bumper cars. There's no line. Maybe it'll be funny video with Rob and I on the bumper cars. So we go do the bumper cars, and then we head out. We stop by a couple stores because
Do we have any
needs his-
video of you guys on the bumper cars?
I haven't previewed it. It's probably really dark. I need to.
You mean like the tone of it? Like,
Do you want to? Are you going to be rolling any of this, or do you?
We're going to
are
do
you
this.
gonna-
We're going to do a full recap with all the video as another episode later.
once
Okay.
it's organized.
All right,
Once
Gotta
I can
get
organize it.
organized, yeah.
Is that going to be an extra? We're going to do that on an extra, or
Extra or a bonus or a Wednesday show. We haven't figured
Okay.
it out yet.
It'll
Okay,
land
very good.
somewhere and
Very
it'll
good.
be
We'll
delightful.
put it. So I'd like to see.
A
All right, go ahead.
jars show, as Rob likes to call it.
I'm away from that now.
Okay.
A what?
Josh and Rob, the Jar Show.
Remember, he
Jar-
names it.
I was just spitballing.
Okay, very good. All right, yes.
You
What he
disliked
dreams-
it, and
what he-
that's
what
why-
he, it's what he dreams of.
Yeah, I'm so sure.
Okay, go ahead.
So-
So you get off the
All
bumper
right,
car.
so we go to some stores because Owen needs to get his tube full of sugar, giant pixie stick thing, and Camden wants to look at some clothing stores and like the t-shirts.
Kelly
and
was
everything.
not the most adept at filling the colored sugar, though. She needed to figure it out for a while because you're
Owen is
given
the
an empty
11-year-old.
tube.
Camden is.
the 11-year-old. They're both 11.
They're
One's
both
boy,
11.
one's a girl.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
And so we went to the candy store, and this poses as something.
I should know more about the people I work with. They're twins, right?
No.
Okay, sorry. Let's go. Let's proceed. Sorry about
This is one thing
Stepbrother,
that has
stepson,
always
Stepbrothers. Okay,
and
got it. Yep,
stepsister.
Yep. Yeah, I got it.
This is something that's always troubled me at King's Dominion. Of course, there's going to be a candy shop on the exit for the impulse buy of the kids that just want one more thing. But after you've spent 7-8 hours in 90-degree heat, Mike, what tastes better than homemade fudge?
Gross.
I pass.
So gross.
But they've got a whole fudge counter right there.
yeah,
Mm.
fudge. I
We
hate
did not do
fudge
that.
Anyway.
We bought the
You
we bought
hate
the sugar
fudge?
stick.
I hate fudge. Hate it.
And Josh's biggest
Gross.
victory is when Camden couldn't find any candy that she wanted. And he said, how about later on in the trip we buy you gas station candy?
Yes,
And she said
'cause-
yes.
Yeah, because it means
Gas
I'm going to pay a quarter of the
candy.
price.
Okay.
And it was
Good.
the same crap on the wall.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
a bag of
gas
Skittles
station
for $12, or I
Yeah,
can get
right.
it for $2 at the gas station.
Bingo. I'm with you.
And to
100%.
Robless 1724, no, they are not conjoined twins. Just so you know.
Siamese twins.
So,
all
so
right.
we leave the stores. We walk out at 6:15. Owen's not feeling well, so he sits there. I go get the truck and pull it around to pick him up, so they don't have to walk through the parking lot.
I was at the
Before-
gate screaming goodbye and waving a handkerchief.
Rob did walk us all the way to the gate.
Right.
Good guy.
Before I get out of the parking lot, Owen starts vomiting again,
Oh my God, the poor little guy.
and then
Why are you laughing, Rob?
Because most people puke inside the park.
Yeah, it's great that he
Yeah.
waited.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
it's
it's
kind of
good.
like is there a trooper in this kid? A little trooper factor that he toughed it out right until the last second, and then he just let it go.
I think the
Maybe.
notion of being at a theme park is almost going to give you a boost
Adrenaline
of
rush?
adrenaline that
Yeah.
you can ignore some pain.
Probably.
But
Well,
when
my-
they left, he was looking uncomfortable. I felt bad for the kid.
my theory is something in the bumper cars kind of knocked things around.
Yeah, especially if it's kidney stones and stuff.
Right, because they say like certain roller coasters will make kidney stones break up and be better. So the bumper cars made them
I had
worse.
no idea.
yeah, the
I
bumper
didn't know.
cars always make me have to have a BM.
But I mean, the
So-
pain of kidney stones combined with the nausea,
Oh, it's
Right.
bad.
just I feel
So,
for them.
so we drive and we give him the medicine to stop vomiting. It's not stopping. We drive a few hours thinking,
No.
just waiting for it to calm down. And eventually, I think Rob texted and said, "How's the drive going?" And I responded with this picture.
So sad.
as I had to go- Pulled over in Raleigh, North Carolina, to go to
Raleigh.
a
You
children's.
mean Raleigh?
ER. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Raleigh.
You said rally.
Yeah.
Well, Raleigh.
Mike, have you ever been to my
That's how the
favorite
locals say
convenience
it.
store for hamburgers? It's called Raleigh's.
So I
We're going
stopped-
to a big road Raleigh.
Or a pep Raleigh. I'm sorry, Josh.
So
Sick
we pulled
child.
over at the emergency room, which is no fun. Big win for me is that I dropped Kelly and Owen off at the emergency room, and Camden and I went and got a hotel room next door.
And did,
Oh,
you,
I-
So-
did you check in and lie down and stuff like that? Is that what you did, or did you go back
Yeah.
to the ER?
Was
No,
it
no,
since
I-
it was by the hospital? Was it a Ronald McDonald house you stayed in?
I
Better rates. That's not funny.
That is not,
Not
funny,
funny.
Mike. They do a lot of good.
do a
so
lot of
quit
good.
that BS
Poor
right
kid.
now.
I really
No,
feel
this
for
is-
the kid. I feel terrible.
this is where Kelly took care of everything because I never stepped foot in the emergency room.
Good for you.
That's excellent.
I dropped them off. I went to the hotel. I took a shower. I tried to stay awake and get, texts with how he's doing.
Did you
until I
slip them
fell
a
asleep.
$5 for the copay
How
or
long?
anything?
How long was your delightful wife, who's a trooper for this,
Yes.
good mom? How long was she at the ER with your son?
I picked them up the next day
Oh Lord.
at 12:45 in the afternoon.
Oh my God. Poor Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, and your son.
She said that he passed the stone pretty much as soon as they got a room, but that was at 3 a.m, and then they
Oh.
wouldn't let him out.
They don't
and so she
discharge
got
him
to
now.
sleep then, and so,
So
she got to sleep
yeah,
in his hospital.
she got to
room.
sleep a little bit there, but
Oh,
not
you
much.
guys!
I'm
Oh,
sure in
my
a
God,
comfortable
my heart goes out to you.
hospital
Right.
chair. And
Exactly.
Josh, did you get a beautiful night's sleep in your beautiful hotel room?
It was the best bed I had in a week.
I'm just glad everybody's okay, and that
Yes,
that little
everything's
lad
good.
passed the stone.
Yep.
Oh my God!
I slept at the hotel. Camden and I got up that morning, went over to IHOP for breakfast. Then we went and picked them up from the hospital.
and
And,
then
what
gas
time did-
station candy.
What time did you get home yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening?
9 p.m.
Oh,
By the time I
you're a
dropped
trooper. You don't look
Owen off
bad
at his
for
dad's,
it.
Camden at his mom's, at her
Wow.
mom's.
Oh,
I got
my
back at 9.
God, what a weekend! You know what, boy, you're a different guy than I am. I would be. I'd be
I
out
loved
of my
watching
mind
him.
Right now.
I mean, I didn't get to see him deal with the hospital stuff, but to wrangle two 11-year-olds in a theme park setting Josh is a good dad. It was fun to
Oh
watch.
my God! Both of you. I'm so glad you had a fantastic time.
It was a blast. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I show you one picture from
Yeah.
Friday's Oriole game?
Absolutely. Let's see.
This is the face you make when you get your first career home run ever off of a because you're a rookie and you get it off a position player pitching
Oh,
for
my
run number
God.
22.
Oh my!
What is with the
God.
uniform? That's not usual, is it?
That's their City
throwback.
Connect uniform.
I
City
see.
Connect. They all do that. Red Sox do that too.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's can you show that picture one more time? That sums up the Orioles season right there.
It does. It does.
Right?
It's
That's
my
absolutely
favorite picture of an Oriole player this season.
That's
Because it
awesome.
does.
Bat floating in midair. I love
Oh,
it.
God,
And being
wow.
and I will say, being the new member of this group, it's always fun to meet listeners I haven't met before.
They were great.
But
Listeners were
one of
so
them
good.
did go over to Kelly and say, "You need to feed him more."
Oh, that's lovely. That's love. There they are. There are listeners, ladies and gentlemen. That's fantastic. I love it. I love it.
No,
All right,
it
we
was.
got
I
the-
would give the day an A+. It was a lot
was
of. I
great.
mean, outside of the medical issues,
Right.
it was so much fun. And,
All right, we got a
and
lot
Josh
of show
is
coming
my
up,
buddy
everybody.
now.
We
you
do.
know?
That's wonderful. Got the news coming up next, but first, I want to say that summertime is bug time. Lots of bugs. I say no, thank you. I hate bugs. Bugs belong outside, not in my home. Don't even like them outside. If you got bugs, you need Pesty. Pesty is do-it-yourself pest control. Their kit makes it so easy. It only takes their kit, man. Makes
Hey, Jack.
it only takes a few minutes to apply. Other pest control companies charge over $800 per year, but with Pesty, you can get started for just $35 per treatment with a customized plan based on your location, bugs, and climate. The kit includes a reusable electronic sprayer, mixing bag, pesticide, glovey glove, and instructions. You can complete your application around your house in less than 10 minutes. Pesty gets rid of over 100 types of bugs, plus Pesty is kid and pet friendly. That's important. The pesticides they ship have been used in hospitals and schools all over the country. Best of all, Pesty offers a 100% bug-free guarantee or your money back. Seriously, no questions asked, because Pesty is the bestie. Now is the time to protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off your order. That's PESTIE.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off. Beat it, insects. Scram. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bugs. Pesky bugs. Jurors.
Real
Yes.
quick, one last thing. Josh
Yes,
and I have
what?
not.
What?
Just
I
want
love it
people
when
to
you do
know.
that.
Well,
What?
I wanted to throw it in before.
What?
Is that we've not ruled out another visit in the fall to the
Great.
park.
Glad you got it in there. Jurors are set to start deliberating Monday in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking case. Now, the charges could put the hip-hop mogul in prison for life. After receiving legal instructions from federal judge Aaron Subramanian. That's a cool name, isn't it?
That
Aaron
means under
Subramanian.
Romanian.
The jury of 8 men and 4 women will head behind closed doors to deliberate.
Women?
They'll sift through 7 weeks of very graphic and very emotional testimony about the rap guy, fashion guy, reality TV guy. He had apparently a propensity for violence and his sexual predilections, including drug-fueled sex marathons referred to as freak-offs or hotel nights.
Josh had a hotel night.
That's wonderful. Combs is Rob's age, 55, right?
Well, he's a little older than me.
How
I'm
old are you?
54.
54, almost 55.
Yes.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to federal charges of racketeering, conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking relating to 2 of his ex-girlfriends, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution for allegedly arranging to fly sex workers across state lines. What do you think? You think it's a done deal? You
I
it's a
think
slam dunk?
that I think America has spoken in the court of public opinion. I think he's going away for life.
You're probably right. On a lighter note, Jeff Bezos, oh, God love him. He got married to his longtime love or short-time
Aw.
love, Lauren Sanchez. I say that like
the
Napoleon
principal.
Dynamite. Congratulations to Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez.
We have a lovely dance prepared by Pedro
Uh,
Sanchez.
They got hitched this past weekend in Italy.
Yeah.
And they had, let's see, Tom Brady, Orlando Bloom, Leonardo DiCaprio, Oprah, Bill Gates. God, you know what? If you don't think we live, that we're the peasants living with royalty doing their own thing.
This is why there were no celebrities at KD.
Because they were all
there.
The wedding.
Oprah loves the Reptera.
But this lady fascinates me. I think she fascinates a lot of men.
Sanchez.
The most sought after celeb was Sydney Sweeney. And a source says everyone wanted to talk to her. Every guy that has been in her presence has talked about how stunning she is in real life. That doesn't surprise me. It sounds like Tom Brady had the monopoly on Sydney Sweeney's time. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh.
The two of them were seen talking at the hotel bar.
Were they canoodling, though?
Well, during the reception, they danced until after 2 a.m. There you go. They were also spotted walking the streets of Venice, but they were with the newly single Orlando Bloom. So that's interesting. He's got
the devil's threesome.
So now there's speculation that Tom Brady and Sydney Sweeney might be dating.
Do you think Sydney Sweeney, and she's very popular, would be as popular if we called her Sid Sweeney? Because it sounds like an agent.
Hi, this is Sid Sweeney. Rob will not be at the park at the time arranged. We'll see what happens.
Who are you?
I'm Sid Sweeney. I'm not saying it's time to start the watch.
Thank you.
But 99-year-old Dick Van Dyke had to skip his own charity event on Saturday due to an unspecified illness. Dick is 99.
Yeah, he is. He can
he's
still
99
dance.
and a half, actually. You know, you're going to have days. That's just
sure.
Well,
and
that's what his wife said. She said, you have good days, you have bad days.
Dick attended via live stream and vowed he would be at the next event in person. Dick will turn 100 on December 13th. And
I bet you $100 his live stream looked just like the FaceTime call to you.
Where he's lying in bed?
Lying in bed with
Did I look
headphones on.
infirm during that?
Yep.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
and
you,
also it
thank
didn't help that you were all surrounded by like beiges and light colors. It looked hospital-y.
Or casket-like.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wish you caught a screenshot of that. That's great. Moving right along, the 90s weren't that long ago. I'm going to save this 90s story for tomorrow.
Okay.
Because it's got all the things that haven't aged well.
Well, and tomorrow it'll be a little older.
It'll be a little older.
90s will be a little further away.
I'm gonna rave out on it a little bit because of where we
hate
are.
the 90s.
Well, no, this doesn't have to do so much with the 90s as where we are now.
Oh, okay.
Which is not necessarily a good place, but I'll get
So
to
many
you.
bad things in the 90s. I was married in the 90s.
This is a movie I want to see. Apple Film Studios finally has a successful summer blockbuster. It's the Brad Pitt movie F1, the movie.
I thought it was called Phone.
Phone?
Yeah, F-O-N-E.
No, F1.
F1.
F the number one.
Yeah,
That's what
F
is. Its opening weekend earned $144 million. I always love giving those statistics on movies because it makes me remember the good old days when you would have big blockbuster weekends with movies, and I still like going to the theater.
Do you have a favorite? Josh and I did a segment on summer blockbusters, I think on last Wednesday's show.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite summer blockbuster that pops to mind?
Yes.
Because Josh and I each had one. What's yours?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Great blockbuster, though. I saw it. It's one of the few movies I saw twice in a weekend.
What's that?
Caligula.
That was a blockbuster.
Apple Original Films feature beat out the other highly anticipated release, not for me, How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Well, it's a good family movie.
It's a dragon
Yeah,
movie.
but I'm tired of family movies that are just unoriginal.
Yeah.
I love a good family movie that's got an original concept, but the other one it beat out was 28 years later. They've squeezed every drop out of that franchise, too. You know?
Yeah.
I say fi on all of them.
If you want to
That's
watch
the
a
way.
good kids movie, get the original Lilo and Stitch. I watched it last week. It's great.
By yourself?
Of course, Mike, because no one does anything with me.
There you go. On her latest Cowboy Carter tour, what's her name, Rob?
Bayonne.
She performs the song 16 Carriages while taking a spin in a little red convertible over the heads of her audiences.
So she's basically doing the way the Wiggles enter their show in a big red car. Toot, toot,
But-
chugga, chugga.
Yesterday in her hometown of Houston, the flying car malfunctioned. It slanted to one side, and she was stuck above the crowd. So we have video of there. She is still smiling.
Sure.
There
Because she has the
is
money.
with the sequins and
Well, and she's buckled in.
and she's like strapped
Yeah.
in, but she seems to be getting ready to get out. She's got the right attitude because she's
Sure.
on stage, of course. She's performing, and all of her fans screaming. Just scream a little more, Beyonce fans.
You know
And
what?
there
She
is.
would be very appropriate at that point to stand up in the car and do one of my favorite quotes from Jackie Martling. You remember Jackie the Joke Man?
Yes, yes.
He
Jackie
had a
the Joke Man,
particularly
very
bad
funny man.
show, and he screamed to the crowd, "Complain all you want, I have your effing money."
There it is. There
Oh,
it is.
there you go.
She looks like she might enjoy the blueberry ice cream at King's Dominion, too.
Yeah, maybe she had two.
All right. She briefly paused the show. I shouldn't have hit that then. Telling everyone to stop, and there were no injuries.
Great.
Thank God.
She said, "Stop, stop. Who has nachos?"
Stop this string of robberies. There you go. Finally, here we go. A Florida man. Oh, my God.
I love, Mike, this is fun because
This
you're
is
a
close
man.
to where I live. This
Yeah,
is-
and you live in
this-
Florida.
This is up north from where I live, they say. A Florida man was arrested after reportedly speeding on the highway, tailgating other drivers, and using Snapchat with a baby in the back seat of his vehicle.
Is Snapchat even a thing anymore, Josh?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
use it, but I know. I still know like people use it.
Yeah,
I
it's
see-
just,
I-
it just
I
seems
see
like it's
people
sort
talk
of
about it.
seems like it's sort of Snapchat. Seems like
happened
it's
on my
sort of
birthday.
yesterday's news.
Sunday, June 22nd. the
I think
Florida
you don't
Highway
use it
Patrol.
anymore once you're married.
They pulled over a 29-year-old man around the Harborview Road exit. That's in Charlotte County, just north of Huron. I-75, a road that I totaled my car on that road. Very dangerous.
But you didn't flip
highway.
it, thank God.
Didn't, and I didn't have a baby in the back seat. They allegedly discovered that he was traveling at 115 miles per hour with a baby on board. Let's see here. Charles Wheeler II. Yeah, there's a first. He's from
That's
Arcadia.
sad he didn't go with Junior.
Yeah.
A lot of times for the second, you go with Junior.
Arcadia is a little inland. He was booked into Charlotte County Jail on Sunday on charges of reckless driving and child neglect. According to jail records, his bond was set at $3,500 altogether, $1,000 for the reckless driving charge and $2,500 for the child neglect. He was released the following day. Thank God, and it's been a long time since I've given you a Florida slogan.
Oh,
ladies
this
and
is
gentlemen.
great. So this would be if you were to like go to Florida.
The sign they would put on the sign when you enter the state.
Is it ever on license plates, this slogan, or is this mostly a sign slogan?
Look, not yet, but I can make a case for it. I can
Great.
lobby for it, Rob.
Get ready, Josh, because here comes a new Florida slogan.
Florida. Yes, we are America's garbage disposal, but at least it's really hot. There you go. That's it.
At least
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yes. Well, I want to talk a little TV, but first I do want to remind you of Derm Glow.
Yes.
Hi there. It's noted South American spelunker Mike O'Mara. And let me brag about a special lady. You must be a special lady and a very special girl. You gotta be a special lady because you got me sitting on top of the world.
This is not in the copy, Josh. This is
Sitting
an
on
ad
top of
lib.
the world. Yeah, she's a knockout.
She
And
is.
that skirt is my woman. Carla's crushing it as she helps people look and feel amazing. At DermGlow, it's all about real skin care. Clinical grade products, the best. I use the Sun Guard. I use the citrus scrub when I'm in my shower. Woo! And I use the bar, the repair bar. That's what it's called.
You should wear
And-
sunscreen if you ever go to a theme park, Mike.
Yes, I would. I would be loaded with this stuff. She also offers customized treatments and results you can see. Carla's also your go-to for weight loss and wellness. Take advantage of this. She's a telehealth connector She can hook you up with GLP-1s. Those are the game-changing meds everybody's talking about to lose serious weight. Plus, there's NAD Plus for energy, glutathione for detox, and more. All doctor-approved and shipped right to your door. The best part, it's fast, easy, and there are payment plans, so anyone can do this. No huge upfront cost. If you want to lose your weight, you want to get yourself in better shape, you want to take advantage of feeling more energy, take a quick quiz, get approved, and it comes right to your home. Go to dermglowskin.com right now, whether it's for skin, weight, or wellness. Carla's got your back. That's dermglowskin.com. Is this a song lyric?
It is. You're going to recognize it.
Let me see. Tell her Mike sent you, and there's no need to big time it. Well, you went uptown riding in your limousine with your fine Park Avenue clothes. You had the Dom Perignon in your hand and the spoon up your nose because you had to be a big shot, didn't you?
Please give the "didn't you" the proper pronunciation.
All right, let me take it from the top.
Thank you.
Well, you went uptown riding in your limousine with your fine Park Avenue clothes. You had a Dom Perignon in your other hand and a spoon up because you had to be a big shot, didn't you?
Shot.
There it is.
Love it.
All right, TV. I want to get my TV stuff
Yes,
out
television.
of the way. Binged. Just a great show. Didn't know. Sometimes I look in and I'm like, meh. And then I go back and I realize
What was the
Mobland?
Mobland?
Mobland Paramount.
Okay.
Paramount, man.
On Paramount.
I've heard good things.
Another winner for Paramount. And let me tell you something. Helen Mirren playing evil like nobody plays evil.
She looked good?
And I believe, I don't know, but I'm hoping, because I'll do it. I haven't even checked yet. I'll check after this show whether there will be a season 2. They certainly set the table for it. And really spectacular. The dynamic between Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren is fantastic.
That is like a super old person porno right there.
And
those are two good-looking seniors.
And Tom Hardy, the star of the show, Tom Hardy is just one of my favorite actors. Absolute spectacular tough guy, and quirky, weird, scary, dangerous, everything you want.
How many episodes?
Boy, Rob, I'm not sure, but it's definitely more
like
than
8?
4 or 5. So,
and are there hour-long deals?
It's about an hour long.
Yeah.
Last week they announced there will be a season 2.
Thank
Excellent.
God. I look forward to that. And now for both of you boys, I want to discuss the other Netflix thing that everybody's talking about. It's very popular in the country, and of course, that is called The Poop Cruise on Netflix. And by the way,
that's not the direction I thought you were going.
Mob World on, go ahead, Rob.
Mobland.
Josh, I'm sorry.
Mobland.
Mobland. I'm sorry I said Mob World. Mobland and The Poop Cruise is on Netflix. And here's the thing. I watched with a great deal of curiosity and
preparing for December.
For December.
You don't need to bring that comparison
Now, people still can get on, Josh, what is that? Because we never mentioned it enough, because even though we had the deadline for our exclusive package,
they can go,
people can still get on the boat for us. If you've been waiting and delaying to go on the TMOS Love Boat, you can still do it. It's the weekend of December 5th. If your fortunes have changed and you freed up the casherino to go on the cruise and you want to take a nice long weekend vacation in the first part of December after Thanksgiving, please do it with us. We'd love to have you aboard. Take it away, Mr.
Still go to tmoscruise.com for all the details. The difference is you have to call the phone number to book. You can't book online anymore.
That's it. You can still go.
And you can go to prizepicks.com and bet on whether or not Carrie cancels her appearance the day before the cruise.
And I certainly would hope for your sake she does not. But this is, oh my God. I mean, we're on a 4-dayer, right? It's a 4-day cruise for us. Is that what it is, right?
Friday to Monday.
Friday to Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. A 4-day cruise, the same kind, leaves out of Galveston, and they go down to Cozumel and turn around and come back. So
I thought Galveston was landlocked. I didn't know they had beach.
So we're going from Miami, Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas, then to a private island and back home. So very similar, short little trajectory, lots of fun. We have a massive boat. Now, is our boat the Walmart of cruises? No, ours is the MSC Seaside. Very high level, high line cruise ship.
Did I share the statistic that I learned about the MSC Seaside?
No, please.
Is that if it was on land, it would still be one of the 50 biggest hotels in the world. That's how big this ship is. It's amazing.
And we are so excited about it. But I will tell you, I just hope against hope that what happens on the Seaside does not happen on our cruise ship. It is, I urge everybody to take a good look. It was no fault of theirs. I believe that was responsible back in 2013 for many improvements being done to cruise ships.
Certainly hand sanitizer.
The deal is,
yes,
they're at sea, middle of the Gulf of Mexico.
Right.
And the ship loses power completely. Totally. Electric power, cell phones, electric power, food refrigeration, electric power, the toilets.
That's really not okay.
I'll leave you with...
get everyone off that immediately.
They are in the middle of it. They're far away from Mexico. They're far away from the mainland. It was very difficult. And I will tell you, the one piece of advice that backfired, that they thought was brilliant, is when they told people to do number one in the showers. Didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to work out.
Did it turn out the way Josh's room turned out at the
with
Las
the
Vegas
constant
Grand?
vomiting?
Yeah.
That no.
Yeah.
It's something to behold. I would not look. I'm going on the cruise. I'm going to have a fantastic time. But these people. The second thing, number one is like be aware. It's horrible what happened to them. The second part will be the eyewitnesses on this particular cruise.
Yes.
If I heard the word "like" one more time,
oh my God, yes,
from adults. So it's like we're on the boat and like it goes like.
Well,
it's
remember
like the dummies that were on this ship.
Like really became a crutch to the less intelligent about 15 or 20 years ago.
Yes.
So now those kids are 30 years old and they're taking poop cruises.
Some of them are 9-year-old animals, very ferocious. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was horrific, but it also demonstrates how bright certain cruise people are and how soft we are as Americans. Because I'm not giving anything away. You'll enjoy it anyway. At a certain point, they say, you got to go, and the only way you can go successfully is they hand out biohazard bags for number 2. That's how bad it is.
Do you get those before or after you hit the buffet?
You know what? The buffet was shut down because
of course, refrigeration.
Because it's all refrigeration. But the whining and the complaining about
people that go on cruises, they're not. They're some of the people that like to just relax.
Yes.
Wheel up to the buffet.
Have
wheel
nothing. Just have everything done.
I wouldn't say they like to relax. I would say they like to be spoon-fed.
I think you're absolutely right. And when
Correct.
something goes sideways and you got a boat full of spoon-fed people.
This wasn't on the chart.
You expect me to breathe on my own?
Does this mean trivia was canceled?
So it goes on. And at one point, look, you be your own judge if you watch Poop Cruise on Netflix. But I will tell you, at one point, I said to my wife, not like they fought in a war.
Tell me about it.
That's it. So that's what that's what we have for you, TV viewers.
I think is Poop Cruise at all related to Tom Cruise?
No, not one little bit. But
just
boy,
checking.
I will say, on behalf of those people, man, oh man, it was gross.
Yeah,
it was mighty, mighty gross. So check it out, Mobland. And not Mob World and Poop Cruise. 2 of my TV picks to click. Hey, we got Rob's beautiful video coming up. But first, are you looking forward to Saturday? Why, you ask? Well, it's the day after the 4th of July. Oh,
Yeah?
no, that's not it. Sit down and, buddy, have a drink. This Saturday, July 5th, it's the return of the TMOS Cocktail Party, our quarterly swinging soiree. It's loose and fun, and all your favorite TMOSers will be there. Join us as we play patriotic games. Have you really prepared some patriotic games?
I actually have a patriotic idea to discuss with Josh that I think you and the listeners will enjoy very much.
And celebrate our nation's independence only a day late. You can ask us anything, no holds barred, but, you know, we'll just do stupid stuff as you participate in the Super Chat. Who knows what awaits you? Prizes, games, romance, intrigue, murder.
What?
What did we do on the last cocktail party that generated so much interest? He said, wink, 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 that got people really participating.
It was
Wink,
the big
wink,
wheel,
wink.
Mike.
Oh,
Right. That brought in
wheel.
the Super Chats.
Super Chats. Probably not murder, but you got to join us to find out. This Saturday, come on in and BYOB, even if it's a gummy or a THC soda. I'll try to get Carla to hang out, too.
Yeah.
I was looking at the weather, trying
Yes.
to figure out if I should move my computer out to the grill for a nice 4th of July
That would be nice.
outdoor.
I think you might be dealing with 70%, but I'm not sure.
I looked. It says 50%.
Oh,
the
that's in
moment.
Florida. That's every day. So that
That's
sounds
every
like
day.
a possibility. This only happens 4 times a year, so we want to see your face in the place. Let them good times roll. Head
Oh,
to the
yeah.
TMOS cocktail party for our Super Chats this Saturday, July 5th. It's a fundraiser for TMOS. If you want to
Sure.
support the show, we help you do that. Make sure you're there. Uncle Sam hat optional, and Rob may blast off a firecracker in like a big metal container.
Look.
That's always big fun. What do you got? You
Got
an
it.
M80? There it is, an M80. I
Yep.
love that.
Yeah,
I
so-
love that. All right, let's take
We
a
could.
look at- yeah.
We could set off fireworks for Super Chats.
Oh, wow.
That'd
I
be
love
cool.
That,
That
If
might
you
be
do
an
it
option.
from your deck. Could you do it from your deck?
I could do it from the backyard.
Oh, fantastic. I couldn't.
I could open a window.
I couldn't hear in uptight land. I couldn't get away with that at all.
Do you know
I'm
that when-
sure I can get away with it.
When my grandfather was a kid, him and his sister, Aunt Peggy, would shoot Roman candles at each other for fun.
There you go.
Why are
Sunny
we
days.
not that person anymore? Yeah.
Sunny days, Rob. It was a
Tell me
special
about it.
time. It really was. I love that. Are you going to play your
Yeah,
your
let's do
beautiful
it, Mike.
video?
Hey,
My
I like
God.
that. Some beautiful video.
Beautiful video.
First National.
First National Radio, the nation station is 60s on 6, XM Radio. It's fun!
Sabrina Carpenter. She's been around a while. She was a Disney kid. I became most familiar with her on the SNL 50th when she sang Homeward Bound with Paul Simon. It was a really nice duet.
Karen's daughter.
Yes, of course. And Mike,
I'm sorry, John's daughter, the director.
I think you're king. Well, of
King
course.
of the Carpenters.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're king. You are the king.
Thank you. Mike,
One of
no.
Jesus is king.
He is the king.
Yes.
All hail.
King of Kings.
Mike, she's done a new commercial, this Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
And it's for a product I hate, Dunkin' Donuts. But I like the commercial.
Lion, what can I do for you today? Oh. You're hot. I see. I think I know what you're really craving. A strawberry daydream refresher. I'm sorry, did you? Creamy cold foam and strawberry bliss. Sabrina's strawberry daydream refresher.
I love it because it's out of the box. It's not
Yeah.
in the little thing. And is she wearing a wig?
I don't
She
know.
almost looks like she's wearing a Dolly Parton
If
wig,
she
doesn't
is, she should keep the wig.
That
Because it
is-
looks great.
That's very intriguing. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing with us. By the way, we edit as we go here, and we create and we give notes as we go. Rob, I would love more of that kind of content.
I love
because
it.
I'm a dirty old man.
That's
There it
fine.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Take it away.
Mike, you think you had a bad day. Let's say we talked last week that you were a lifeguard, right?
I was a lifeguard back at Camp Phelps Ingersoll.
Okay, let's give you a quick riddle that'll lead to this story. Do you know the name of Bruce Springsteen's first album?
Thunder Road?
No, it was welcome or greetings from Asbury Park. And
yeah,
this story takes us to Asbury Park, where a lifeguard was trying to put the umbrella on her, raised lifeguard stand, but fell, and the umbrella went into her shoulder and out her back. She's gonna be okay.
Frightening situation and what appears to be a freak accident at the Jersey Shore this morning. A lifeguard getting ready to watch over the waves is instead taken to the hospital after she was impaled by her own umbrella. New Jersey reporter Tony Yates is live in Asbury Park. And Tony, it seems like this could have been a whole lot worse.
Tony.
You better believe it, Sade. Now, she was injured, but she was very, very lucky that pole did not puncture one of her organs. And even with her injuries, they say she was in very good spirits when they put her in the ambulance and took her away.
She actually stayed calm the entire time that she had
that was
an
a
umbrella
tease,
pole.
Rob. That was a tease. I wanted to see the impalement.
They don't have photos of the impalement.
Damn
I'm
it,
sorry.
man. Damn
No,
it.
I'm sorry,
That's
but Mike,
exactly what I was Googling for. Trying to find an image.
Find the real image there, That's enough. Look, sex and violence, Rob.
All right, well, I
that's
have,
that's
Mike-
that another note on your fabulous video.
I thought you might say that, which is why I have another disaster.
Okay.
This is an explosion because a groundskeeper at a local elementary school drove over a very illegal firework.
Yeah, the explosion here at Casa Grande High School
This
in
guy.
Petaluma happened after many of the students had already gone home for summer break, so this could have been a whole lot worse. Surveillance video captures the moment groundskeeper Juan Carlos Lopez ran over a large illegal firework
Not
at a high
that
school in
bad.
Petaluma.
Not
I
that
went just as
bad.
I was shaking.
I thought it was
You
worse.
can see
I read
Lopez
about
and
it.
his
I didn't
mower
look at the
lifted
video.
off the ground a full 5 to 10 inches as a result of the blast. The
Wow.
motive's unknown. It's unclear if it was a prank, but Lopez isn't laughing.
It was not funny. He probably can get someone can get hurt or something. Yeah, it was a big explosion.
It happened a little after 10 last Friday morning.
Mike, it's
That's
not
a nice
funny.
sign they show right at the end there, right?
It is.
That's
Let's bring
a
it
nice
back.
sign. That
Casa
always
Grande
says-
High School. The regular school.
Hold on. Here's the sign coming out.
Yeah, it was a big explosion.
It happened a little after 10 last Friday morning.
There you go. No student drop off. There. Hey, kids, want to soil the sign? What's in the upper right-hand corner?
Is
that Trump?
Yeah, it is. It's a
Is
little
that
Trump
Trump
sticker.
Is it Trump or Biden? I can't tell. It's one
I
of those.
think it's
I
Trump.
did that.
I did that.
Yeah, I think it's Trump.
I think it is too.
I
do
think
too.
Trump was the one who planted the bomb or the firework. I mean, that's very clever calling it a firework when in fact it was a bomb. Mike, let's close with this. This is very cool to me. I've been lucky enough to have been to a couple concerts where a surprise guest comes out, and it's
Okay.
always very thrilling. Over the weekend at the Hollywood Bowl, they were doing a Grease sing-along with some people from the movie where they show the movie and they put the lyrics up and you sing along with the movie. I recognize, for example, the very talented Didi Khan was there. Many of the teenagers from Rydell High are too old to recognize, but imagine you pay this money to go to a Grease sing-along and the people on stage don't even know this. Who comes out? John Travolta.
Oh, the biggie. All
Dressed as Danny Zuko. Look.
The biggie.
And we have a surprise. A surprise? Yes, a surprise.
With the wig and everything.
Come on, hold your camera straight.
Oh,
There
sorry.
he is.
He looks great.
Looks like it was fun for him too.
Yeah, I think he
I like
enjoyed
when
it.
stars can go back and enjoy old roles.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's fun. Josh, that is so true. I think most people do, and I
Yeah.
wish more stars knew it. I really wish more stars knew it. Nobody wears a wig like Travolta, too. You know.
I don't know. Sabrina Carpenter's pretty good.
That's
Mike,
awesome.
that is your video.
I'm so pleased to your son, Owen. Josh, please give him my very best wishes. I hope he's feeling better.
Yes.
That poor little guy. And it sounded like at least he managed, and you guys managed to have a great day in the
Had a
park.
great time.
Thanks to everybody that showed up for Rob
Yes.
and Josh at King's Dominion. Programming note, don't forget, this coming Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. We have got our 4th of July, day after, our big cocktail party show. What time does it start? 7 o'clock Eastern time, or is it 8 o'clock?
Last one was 7:30. I didn't have a time to put down. So
what time do
we
you guys
can
want to
choose
do
right
it,
now.
7:30 or 8?
I'd like to do it at 7:30 so I can watch Wheel.
7:30, please. We'll see you there. And it should be a lot of fun.
Tuesday. Time change for Tuesday show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. We are taping late in the day. Very full day for me. I'll let you know how my MRI went.
Oh, and Mike,
Yes,
also
sir.
remember on the 4th that a Capital 4th this year is hosted by Alfonso Ribeiro.
Oh, fantastic. The most talented TV personalities. For Rob Spiewak and Josh Shiroka, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
It's a Capital 4th.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Now, I'm delighted. All of us are delighted. You've been fine. Now get home safely. Good night.
But in the end, you die in your own arms. It's all a big nothing. What makes you think you're so special?
Oh, I think it's marvelous. Some of it really fine.